Well, I got an email from my agent, Georgie at Conway Van Gelder, and I had like 2 scenes. The first one was the first time we actually see Ellie in season 1, where I'm like chained up and I'm like, ugh, and Marlene comes in. There was that, and there was the one with Joel. I'm like, you mumble in your sleep, and it was those 2 scenes. And I just did like a self-tape in my house, and my mum read in, and then I did a Zoom after that. So the self-tape, I think, went okay, and they were like, we'd like to do a Zoom with Bella, and then did that with Craig and Neil. That was the first time I met them. Got on Zoom together and did the scenes again. And then, yeah, like a few weeks went by, and then, actually, maybe it was less than a few weeks. I didn't really remember the timings, but then, yeah, then I got a call and was like, will you come to Calgary for almost a year? I was like, hell yeah, get me on that plane. Yeah, that's the story in Balamory.
Craig Mazin just pointed at them. That's how that happened.
Well, the casting director that I know very well, Mary Vernew, she's probably the reason I have a career. She was such an advocate for me and suggested my name, and yeah, and then Craig was like, yeah, you know what, maybe, and then we met, and then he offered it to me, which is crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Mary Vernew for setting up this meeting I had with Craig, and with Craig and Neil Druckmann, and we chatted for about an hour, and then a few days later I got the call.
I will echo our love for Mary Vernew. She gave me my first big break.
Same.
No way.
In 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, her and Lindsay.
She's such an advocate.
It was the same deal. Just met with Craig and had a discussion with he and Neil and Carolyn, and we said, you know, let's do this thing together.
I've had some people say some really sweet things, which is really lovely. There's been some people basically saying about how much the Joel and Ellie relationship has sort of mimics their relationship with like their dad or their father figure, and that is very special for me when people are like seeing a reflection of themselves or a relationship they have in their own life like on screen in that way. And me and Pedro are like bringing that to life, and people are like relating to that. I think that feels very special, and people saying like it's like healed their relationship with their dad. I'm like, well, what more could you ask? Watch The Last of Us for therapy. Who needs that? I mean, everyone probably. So, whatever.
I think Isabela and I met in one of the CAST vans going to rehearsal.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
gave me presents.
Oh yeah, that's right. The first time I saw them, I came and I gave them their little gifts that I
So
got.
cute, little mushroom stickers, little mushroom notepad, little crystal mushroom.
In Vancouver there's a Japanese store called Umomo, and they got really great trinkets and it's like little paper goods.
Yeah.
And I bought all these little polished mushrooms. They're polished stones in the shape of mushrooms. They were carved.
Yeah.
It's a little fungus.
And you and I met at the restaurant.
At dinner, yes.
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 My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night?
Exactly. So this is what would happen, and then he would pass the guitar to me, and I would play a little something if I didn't have these nails on. And I'd be like, right, open
And then
strum.
she'd pass it to Young.
And I'd pass it to him, and then he'd play a little something.
And then we'd all just swoon.
Yeah, and sing to each other.
Gosh.
He's amazing.
Sounds like Django Reinhardt.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
The salamander?
Oh, like Django from the...
Rango.
A Rango?
Oh no, Django Reinhardt. See what I'm dealing with?
Oh shit.
They make me feel
Rango,
old like
the
this all
lizard,
the time.
the like...
The chameleon?
No, that's Rango.
Johnny Depp?
That's a great movie. I like
It's a great movie. I don't think he plays
Django
guitar.
Reinhardt is like Western swing, incredible.
You can't be saying these random names.
He only had...
Because I'm going to have to pretend that I know who that is.
He only had 2 fingers on his left hand, and it sounds like he has 8.
Oh, wow.
I'll play it for you on the break.
Come on, Django.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Jamie Foxx. You're thinking of Johnny Depp. I'm talking about somebody completely
That's
different.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do our first days together. Our first day together on season 1.
Quite similar, actually. circumstance, physically.
Yes, yes.
Interior.
True.
Set, studio.
Yes.
The logistics were really shockingly similar.
That is true. I hadn't even thought about
And
that.
Craig was directing.
But we didn't know each other at all.
Yeah.
The first time. But I remember you tried to make me say to Craig, I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah.
And I was too shy and scared to do it. And so I did it and then was like, Pedro told me to. And then season 2 was completely different.
Just came naturally to you.
Yeah,
you
I
like,
just...
No, I'm not doing any of that.
Not doing any of that. And we knew each other, so there was none of this, like, shyness.
Yeah.
We were making each other laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. They were kind of like an anchor. Because I felt like I was stepping into something sort of new, and you were already there.
Season 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were already there working away.
I've been there years.
Yeah. Years of energy built into starting season 2. And then I roll in and I'm like, what?
And confirm.
Can confirm.
There's no preparation for, well, I'm not very good at preparation for myself anyway. I don't really prepare probably at all, but as much as I should. Although I think it kind of works. But season 3 is like just been announced, so there's not a lot of movement there yet. But I'm excited for where that goes, and to get to the chance to come back and do this again and make more of a show that again like means so much to so many people is very special. And there's sort of a hint in the second season as to where the third one might go. So I'm excited for people to see that.
The scale of the set really took me by surprise. They built the whole town that you could walk through.
I don't think I've ever done a scene this big with this many people. And then we're also fighting the elements.
A gust of wind that might blow your eyebrows off.
We were really in the snow, in the mountains, on horses, wind hitting our faces.
Something that's so thrilling about being in the elements, and it just really helps be in the world.
Everybody, the makeup and costumes, everything, it looks so real and it feels so real that when they actually call action, a group of people are literally chasing after me. It's like very scary.
There's a lot of action this year. Ellie is much better when it comes to fighting people. I had to learn some jiu-jitsu, and like that's sort of my fighting style.
Despite all the action-packed, thrilling moments, there's a solid core and foundation of character-driven story.
The cast of characters is larger. We had additional people join us. Once we bring these characters together, those different values, those different goals, those different ways that they view this world will eventually reveal more of who they are as they make their choices.
These choices we make, the actions we take, they influence other people. Their emotions now become their stories.
So much irony and mystery, and then it takes a seriously unexpected turn.
Who's the hero and who are the monsters?
You know the game, but it's beyond what you think you know. That's all I'll say.